But no, Trevor Gage making his presence known yet again. Two, that'll do it.
And your winners and new Realty Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the Unappreciated.
Well, damn, I thought there was another team. My apologies. The Unappreciated finally has climbed to the top.
Spookaloo Carbon Barker, another episode of WrestleRoni, and we're doing it big time tonight. Oh man, we are in the company of champions. The RSW Tag Team Champions, Trevor Gage, Logan Taylor, the Unappreciated. How we doing, fellas?
Doing great. Life's good.
Good. Logan, trying to steal my podcast thunder or what? I heard you got the Logan Taylor show. What's up with that?
No, man, no, not trying to compete with you by any means. I'm just testing some things out, man. I want to experiment with that. That's why when I grabbed the camera after I dropped somebody, I said this is the Logan Taylor show. I want to take it past the ring too.
Hell yeah. Good. Now, I'm all for it, man. I am all for it. Still need to check it out. I'm a busy man, but I'm going to check out episode 1. It's on Spotify. To the listeners and viewers, get on Spotify. Is that the only platform at the moment?
It's on Spotify and Anchor, and we're going to be switching to YouTube soon as well.
Cool. Whenever you do, let me know. We'll link you up. We'll do some collabs or something.
Yeah, buddy, I appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Let's get to the meat of the... You guys are a very hot topic as of late. My God, since December, we got many stories since. Let's just go into Krampus Mania, man. You guys... come in there, leave RSW Tag Team Champions. We'll start with Trevor. How did that feel for you guys?
Man, that's been a long time coming. That's been a long, man. Words can't even describe how long I waited for that. Just that opportunity, not only in wrestling, but in RSW. I know Logan was there before me. I came in right on the bridge of the COVID shows, and I was working pretty much every real shoot show since, what was it? I want to say June of 2020. Mm-hmm. And just to get my first title shot, I mean, that was amazing itself. And to do it with the guys next to me, I mean, I couldn't have been better.
Oh, yeah. What about you, Logan? You've been around for a minute.
Yeah, man. I want to touch on what my boy T just said there, too. And it's like, I was there a little bit before, and I kind of got blackballed for no apparent reason. They just kind of cut me off and stopped using me. But while I was gone, Trevor was working his fucking ass off in those COVID shows, man. Having guys like me, and for me to come back and get to with a guy like that, I mean, we are the most dominant team probably in RSW history, man. And I think and that title win was just the beginning for what we're going to do here.
For sure. And we're going to get into some of your title defenses and everything since. But also that night, we had a new member to the Unappreciated. How important and what was the decision into bringing Zeke Mercer into the Unappreciated?
That's been in the works for a while, longer than people realized, actually. I mean, me and Zeke go back, too. I mean, years ago, me and Zeke were working shows together and wrestling each other. So to have Zeke finally debut with us and to join the Unappreciated, I mean, I couldn't be happier myself.
Oh yeah, your thoughts, Logan?
Yeah, man. It's not a hard decision to make. You're talking about Mr. RSW, Zeke Mercer. Like, not a hard decision to make at all. That's a young, hungry, badass, just like me and Trevor. And Baker, it has the mind for it all, man. He put this shit together, and he got 3 killers, put them in a team. I mean, wasn't much decision making going into there. That was a pretty easy one.
For sure. And I'll be the first to say it. I wasn't too happy with how shit went down. Of course, I'm a murder guy. A lot of folks are. But you guys have been rather undeniable since winning those tag titles. You've recently knocked off the Violent Party, which will be coming soon to RSW TV. Recently in Parma, Ohio, you really lit some idiots up. My goodness. Yeah, let's just go ahead and go into that. Me and Jeff Paul was having a little conversation about that. You guys made a statement in Parma.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what that was is me and Trevor always got each other's backs, man, no matter what. And no matter what, we're going to go out there and we're going to work hard. We're going to do the shit we always do. We're going to hit hard. Some people are going to like the way we act, and really we don't give a shit. We're not here to impress the 25-year veterans that have had 100 matches in their career.
I think that's what a lot of people fail to realize too, is that, you know, somebody can talk about all their years in the business, and then somebody looks at somebody like me and Logan, and it's like, oh, they're young, they're this, they're that. But they fail to realize, I mean, I've been around this business since before, I mean, I was a teenager. I was at shows, I mean, around wrestling, surrounded by wrestling. So, I mean, I know a lot more than what people think I might. So whenever you're going to disrespect, you know, me and my brothers, then we're going to have an issue. And that's kind of what happened in Parma a couple weeks ago.
Coming soon, baby. Coming soon. Keep your eye on the RSW YouTube. I can't wait for folks to see that match. You guys proved your point and then some. Couldn't be prouder of you guys. Let's take it back. Let's rewind. How did this team come about?
From my perspective, I was tired of not having a steady pace in RSW. I was tired of just being thrown in to, you know, whatever match was in the middle of the card or at the beginning of the card. And I wasn't doing real well with singles matches myself. So, you know, me and Logan got together and talked to Tim Cross, and we formed this stable. And then ultimately Baker came into the picture, and, you know, the rest is history there. You know, we had Zeke join us back in December, and that was the birth and the growth of the Unappreciated.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. It's like I came back to RSW and so much had changed. There was a lot of people I didn't know and didn't really fit in or know what to do. And, you know, meet a couple guys that are just like me that have the same vision for wrestling that I have and have the same work ethic that I have. Similar in a lot of ways, man. I mean, I think it's just right place, right time that me, Zeke, Trevor, and Bake got together, man.
And that's an important point I want to bring up, too. As much as the fans may hate you and boo you, from day one, if I mention Logan Taylor or Trevor Gage, that's what everybody says. Those guys work their asses off. That should be on a t-shirt for you guys. Those guys work their asses off. And I've only been around for a few months, but I've fucking seen it. You guys have impressed the hell out of me. You don't take no shit. And you're proving a point. Right now, you are proving a point, and the point is being proven. I mean, you guys are fucking undeniable. How does it feel to sit on top of the mountain after all these years?
Me personally, it feels good to just get some recognition. It feels good to know there's people out there that, you know, do see the work that we're putting in And I'm not done. I know there's a lot more work that needs to be done, me personally, and with this group as a whole. So, as of recently, though, I'm trying not to focus on the holes. I'm trying to look at what we've accomplished and what we're going to accomplish. Logan?
Yeah, I mean that's one of the good things about Trevor and Zeke is we all feel the same way. We we do work hard, and we appreciate that people can finally see that, and we're finally getting rewarded a little bit. But fact of the matter is we're not even halfway where we know we're going to be, and we got a lot more grinding and a lot more work to put in. In these next few shows, man, y'all are going to see it. I mean, we got some shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's do a little bit of fantasy booking to each of you. If you could pick one wrestler from the tri-state area, Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, to bring in somebody you feel is being unappreciated, to bring into the group, and also one wrestler from RSW, who would be the perfect fit for the unappreciated? We'll start with Logan this time.
So someone from RSW and then someone just from the tri-state area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Man, there's this guy I used to team with. His name is Steven Skies, and he's a lot like Trevor, and he's a lot like me. And a lot of the RSW guys might know him, but he's slowly coming back into wrestling, man. And I think he is a great fit because he wrestles just like us. He wants to slam you on your head. He wants to elbow you in the face. He wants to hurt you. And he's a quiet guy. He doesn't talk a lot. He works his ass off. I think that would be my go-to there. And man, as far as in RSW goes, as much as he hates to admit it, and he's not going to realize it until he gets away from that woman, but Dustin Alexander fits the unappreciated more than he wants to admit. He has had title opportunity after title opportunity, but he is never going to be in the unappreciated until he admits that Zeke is better and far superior.
Oh, okay, all right. We're shaking the hornet's nest a bit. I dig it. What about you, Trevor? Who you thinking?
Well, let's start off with the current RSW roster. I mean, and this might flip things up a little bit, but how about my man DD Vice? I mean, seeing as he doesn't have a tag partner anymore in Real Shoot Wrestling. I mean, I think, hey, we always got a spot open for you in the unappreciated. Is all I'm gonna say. I never said DD. I mean, he's a hell of a worker. I mean, he works his ass off. He can work his ass off in that ring. So, I mean, Didi, you can say you feel all the way you want, but we always got a spot right here for you in the unappreciated.
Man, you just brought some hurt back to my heart with that one. Okay. I forgot I don't like you guys again. Damn. All right, let's get away from DD Vice then. Who would you bring in from another promotion in the area?
Another promotion in the area. Let's see here. There's so many great teams and talent in general in the Pennsylvania, West Virginia area. If I had to pick one person, man, that's narrowing it down.
I'll let you pick a team if you want to.
Man. Let's go with Andrew Palace. Why not?
Oh shit,
Andrew
okay.
Palace from IWC. I think he'd be a pretty good fit. That's a bit of a wild card.
Okay.
I actually wrestled Andrew too back in the COVID show, so it's a bit of a wild card I throw out there.
Oh, okay. We'll have to dig that one up. Okay.
Yes.
That would be very interesting, to say the least. Who do you guys? Who are you looking at on the RSW roster? You know they're a threat. We gotta get rid of them. Eliminate the threat.
Man, I don't think this murder problem solved. You saw the way Billy was throwing those chairs and shit, man.
Yeah.
I think he can act all cool and calm. I think deep down he hates us and really
He does.
like these belts back. And that day's coming, and he better know. I mean, me and Trevor are ready.
Okay. Yeah, and he hates y'all. Yeah. What about you, Trevor? You see anybody besides the murder that you just know we better just deal with them before they try to deal with us?
I know that the murder is always just hanging out in the back. I mean, they're not going to go away. It might seem like they're out of the way for now. And Billy can say he got his revenge on me and Zeke in New Ken last month. But, you know, I know he's not going away anytime soon. I know he's just hanging around in the back, waiting for his opportunity. But besides that, you know, I know brotherly love is right there. And I know them boys are as tough as they come, and I know that they're looking to come back at us for what happened in Monongah back in December. So I'm keeping my eyes open. Got eyes in the back of my head. I'm watching everybody, but brotherly love, I see y'all.
And that's something I'd like to see. I'd like to see you guys go at it with a fresh brotherly love. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. They got their asses whooped before y'all ran in there, so that'd be interesting. What we got coming down the pike? We got the tag tournament coming down the pike, don't we? March 4th. Talk about a stacked tag tournament. What's the game plan going into that?
Survive by any means necessary. That's been the thing this entire time. You know, everybody talks about the Unappreciated did this, and Trevor cheated, and Logan cheated, and this one did this, and this one did that. I don't look at it like that. I look at it as we have done whatever we have to do to stay alive by any means necessary. That has been my quote unquote statement that I've been saying and going by, is by any means necessary. We survive and get the job done, and that's what it's going to be for March.
Oh, yeah. Anything you can add to that, Logan?
Yeah, man. A lot of these other guys, they wrestle a lot different than me and Trevor. They're going to waste a lot of energy early on and do all this flashy shit. And me and Trevor don't got time for that shit. We're going to go in there. We're going to slam people on their heads. We're going to ground and pound them. We're going to punch them in the face. We're going to choke them out. We're going to do, just like Trevor said, whatever we have to do to keep these titles. And March 4th, that's 2 days before my birthday, my Jordan year. So me and Trevor are going to go in there, and we're going to fucking ball out, and we're going to win this whole thing.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely a show I'm looking forward to. We've seen a few of the teams announced. We haven't saw the brackets just yet. But out of the teams announced, is there anybody out of those teams that you'd like to make an example of?
Man, I'm trying to think who's been announced so far.
We got JPWO. We've got the Brotherhood. We got I'll bring it up here. Hell, we'll find out. Let's just bring it up and see who we do got announced. March Madness, Monongah, West Virginia. Let's see who we got here. We'll say the Brotherhood and JPWO. I'd love to see you get your hands on that Jeff Paul character.
I'm going to try to stay on Jeff's good side, though. I mean, I forgot about Jeff, too. There's always a spot open for Jeff in the Unappreciated, too, if he ever thinks about it.
I have to say he was rather impressed with your recent work in Parma as well. So
I'd like to try and stay on Jeff's good side, you know.
Fair enough. So the Brotherhood, y'all got it coming. I know there was some other teams announced. My phone's freezing up, but okay, we do have a fan question though from one William York, so we'll go ahead and get this out the way. What is your biggest, for Trevor it says, what is your biggest influence as far as your in-ring style goes?
Biggest influence in in-ring style. I mean, I know I'm going to have some people looking at me crazy or, you know, whatever. I shouldn't say what I'm about to say, but I mean, you know, a lot of Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, you know, Kurt Angle. Those might be the typical answers from a lot of people, but that's what I grew up on. Those are the three guys that really, I mean, I go back and just physical, I mean, hard hitting, ground and pound, nonstop. That's what I like. You're not gonna see Trevor Gage doing backflips off the top rope. You're not gonna see me doing suicide dives and all that. Now I'm gonna drop you on your head, and I'm gonna let my brother come in and punch you in the face. Is what's gonna happen. That's how it's gonna work.
Hell
So
yeah. Well,
I'd say those three are probably my two biggest factors.
well, I'll copy and paste that, and I'll give that to Logan. As far as you, who was some of your influences?
Yeah, man. I mean, me and Trevor are pretty similar. I'd have to definitely say Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, obviously. Kurt and Brock really, man, are the two main guys for me, and I look at a lot of fighting too, and try to incorporate some shit with that. But yeah, Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle being the two biggest influences.
Hell yeah. What about currently some current tag teams that's on TV or even on the indies? Who do you kind of look at and think that's an all right tag team? They might be up to our standards.
One of my favorite tag teams of all time, as I just said with Angle, would be probably Team Angle.
Mm-hmm.
I go back, watch a lot of old school wrestling. I'll randomly watch things from back in the day. I'll try to incorporate, tag moves. I'm always trying to find fresh and new things to do with me and Logan or me and Zeke or whoever I'm tagging with. So I mean, Team Angle from back in the day is one of my favorite tag teams. To be honest with you, I don't know too many of the newer tag teams that's on the scene. I mean, I know, the main ones in WWE. You got the Usos, of course, and you got guys like that. And, but other than that, I don't know too many of the new age tag teams that are around these days, as far as on TV anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What about you, Logan? Who are you looking at recently or in the past as far as tag teams that you think's up to par?
The main would have I will unfortunately never.
I'm not sure.
One of the best tag teams of all time.
Who was
Right.
it?
The Briscoes.
Briscoes, yeah.
Yeah, obviously, unfortunately, that won't be able to happen now. But I think I've wrestled these guys a lot, and they're fairly local guys. They wrestle everywhere. I've wrestled them a lot, but I've never wrestled them with Trevor as the Unappreciated. But I think me and Trevor need to get our hands on Ron Mathis and Bruce Gray and kind of send the rest of those Ohio guys back with a message.
Oh man.
Otis Coger came in and ruined mine and Trevor's moment. It was our first time wrestling in that shithole Parma, by the way. Parma, you're going to pay me a lot more to come back to that.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I'm good if I don't ever go back there again. I'll just make that statement right now.
And that's the thing is if I'm not there, you're going to lose half of your locker room because I'm the money fight. Trevor's the money fight. And these guys realize if they're not wrestling us, they're not making any money. But what happened that night in Ohio with Otis Coger and Remy and all these wet ear Ohio folk, that kind of irks me a little bit how they came in and ruined our moment. It really doesn't matter which team from Ohio. I think me and T need to get our hands on them.
So we got a
He
bit
brought
of
up a
beef
good
with
point.
Ohio.
Brought up a good point with that because I forgot about those guys. So you can add those to the list of the tag teams on the indies that we'd like to get our hands on because I actually forgot about that for a split moment, but it's all coming back to me now. So you can definitely put those guys on there.
Hell yeah.
Big old Otis fucking clotheslined us out of our shoes that night.
For real, legit. Coming soon. Something else to look forward to on RSW TV. That was a wild night that we just keep going back to, but Hey man, you guys are the tag team champions, so something tells me you're going to be having to go back to that shithole, as you said, in Parma, Ohio. How do you feel about the new relationship with AIWF Great Lakes, which is no more, which is RSW? Uh, we're in Ohio now, gentlemen. I mean, that's just the way it is. How we feeling about going back, besides it being a shithole?
I mean, congratulations to AIWF. We're doing some charity work for you. Welcome to the big boys. So, not thrilled about Ohio, but I'm thrilled about more people for me and T to stomp out, more names to add to our list, or KOs to add to our highlight reel. So that's what's exciting about it. Really, it changes absolutely for me or Trevor.
Hell yeah. What about you, Trevor?
I'm just looking forward to taking the rest of the trash out. There's a lot of trash that already got taken out before this conjunction with RSW was even announced. But as you've seen, there's some more trash that needs to be taken out. So I mean, if we got to go back, if we ever do go back, that's one thing I will look forward to about going back to that shithole. That's about the only thing though, because that's what it is, a shithole.
I dig it. I dig it. Yeah. Hey man, it is what it is. But I like the wording. I like the attitude. That definitely we need to do some cleaning up. The unappreciated are the men for the job. So, hell yeah. So it looks like we got a bit of a beef with Ohio. Let's look at the Pittsburgh area. And actually, we was talking Jeff Paul. I mean, hell, he could set that up with DD Trash for you guys too. He's bringing them into shows. Is there any other places you guys would like to go wreck a little bit of shop besides RSW, besides Premier Wrestling and these different places?
I'd be looking forward to going anywhere, traveling all over. My main goal is is to eventually get back to my hometown personally in Milwaukee. I'd love to wrestle in Milwaukee before, all is said and done, eventually. So, I mean, anywhere where we end up or the road takes us, I'm willing to go. New teams, new faces, new places. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Hell yeah. What about you, Logan?
Yeah, man, I'm down for the ride. Anywhere that is willing to sacrifice 2 lives and let me ever come in and face them, I'm down, man. I'm game. I'll come in. I'll fight anytime as long as the price is right. Because the unappreciated are all about that money. That's why we got these belts.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Makes sense to me. Let's bring up Bake. How important has Bake been to the evolution of the unappreciated?
Oh man, Bake's been that centerpiece. Bake is there. He's not only a mouthpiece. I know a lot of people might think that, but me and Logan can hold our own. We can talk our own. But Bake is there to watch our backs. He's there whenever we need a game plan. Whenever things weren't going right. Whenever before the unappreciated was even formed, and me and Logan were having our ruts, as it was, if you want to call it. Bake's the guy that we called. If you go back and watch all the way back, when the unappreciated was being formed back in whenever it was, June or whatever, that's who we was talking to on the phone. That's who we was talking to every day, getting this together, putting it together behind the scenes. Nobody knew what was going on, but this was in the making for a while. So I got to give credit where credit is due to Bake for his, great mind in wrestling and, to help me and Logan get to where we are now and the unappreciated as a whole.
Oh yeah. What do you have to add to that, Logan?
Yeah, I mean, Bake the Snake basically made the unappreciated. I mean, you have our first match where we're not the unappreciated, which I'd like to go on record and say in this match I'm about to talk about, we were not the unappreciated. Me and Trevor had just met earlier that day, and it was me and Trevor teaming up against Billy and that weird tall bastard
Phineas. I didn't forget his name.
We wrestled them. We went on to lose the match because we didn't know each other, man. We had no tag team chemistry.
That, and he had his goons on the outside of the ring. I think 2 or 3 of them squirming around. So I mean, that didn't.
two or three of them, and one of them was pretty too. One of them was pretty, and it kind of distracted me. I remember.
Yes, fair enough.
So, there's another example of that getting me in some heat. But yeah, man, they saved us that night. I mean, after we lost the match, the first guy talked to us on the phone and say, "Don't give up on this. I mean, you guys really have." And through that, we become the unappreciated, and the chemistry now is off the charts. We're undefeated. The unappreciated, undefeated. Me and Trevor not lost a match together, man. I mean, and most of it's due to Bake.
Hell yeah. I'll definitely have to look up that match against the Murder. I wasn't aware of that one, so I'm gonna be looking that bad boy up, and we'll hopefully get that up to the fans sooner than later. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way since you mentioned the Murder and we're talking about great tag teams in RSW history. Man, why y'all have to target my boys Saturday Night Special? Why them? I mean, what the fuck? They was already just lost the tag team titles. Kick them while they're down. Whatever.
I knew that was coming.
They lost the tag team titles, and we were promised a tag team title match, so we had to take something else to make a statement to the RSW matchmakers and officials that we aren't going to stand for this shit anymore.
Well, here's the thing, too, and what I want to point out is, I don't actually hate Dee nor Mark. It hurt me more than it hurt Mark to do what I did in the parking lot that day at Fairmont University. I didn't want to do that. He left me no other options. That was a rough night for me. That night, I lost to Vance Desmond. Vance Desmond cheated to beat me. Nobody saw that. Nobody wants to talk about Vance Desmond, cheating to beat me that night. If we go back and watch this, you'll see at the end of the match when he's pinning me, he hooked my tights. Also, not to mention, I was at an unfair advantage as well. He had, I believe, 2 people at ringside. I had 1, but I'll get back to that. I'm going to get back on this subject of Saturday Night Special.
Okay.
And how I didn't want to do what I had to do to Marcus. I didn't want to do that to him, but he ran his mouth. Him and Dee were running their mouth, and they were targeting us silently, and they were poking the bear, so to speak, in promos and backstage and at the shows, and they do these little things that me and Logan seen. Maybe nobody else seen them, but we seen them. We knew what was going on. So to run your mouth and talk all this trash for this long, and then to lose the titles, thus not giving us the shot at the championships in November. Yeah, that's why we did what we did, and that's why what happened, because it came down to Bake being on the line and one of them leaving. Whenever that was the case, there was no losing for the unappreciated. I said that from the start, but nobody wanted to listen to us. Nobody wanted to listen to me or Logan or Bake, because there was never a doubt in any of our minds that who was walking out of New Ken that night and who was leaving and not coming back to Real Shoot Wrestling.
Anything you like to add to that, Logan?
Yeah, I mean, we were promised a tag team. Saturday Night Special just happened to be the bodies, and we had a game plan prepared for them. And you saw the same game plan unfold, but we were a lot angrier because the championships weren't on the line. We felt that, whenever they signed that paper saying they're going to face us for their titles, they had an obligation, an agreement to us, and they hurt our feelings because they broke that promise that we were going to wrestle them for the RSW Tag Team Championships. So we had to teach them a lesson, and we had to teach RSW matchmakers a lesson, and I think we proved our point.
Yep, you made a grown man cry on his own podcast, so touche to y'all on that. I think he could have done it in a different fashion if he would have beat him fair and square. Okay, great, but nah, we couldn't do that. We have Bake pulling the referee out of the ring. We got the purple gimmick to the head. I get by any means necessary. I ain't arguing that. What's done is done. Saturday Night Special is no more. It is.
You love to hear it, though. You love it, though. I mean, everything's been going smoothly since they've been gone, though. Am I not right? Everything's been pretty smooth.
I will say y'all's been doing, if you can have me cheering for you, y'all's been doing something right, because believe me, a few months ago, this podcast would have went a whole lot differently. But me, as well as a lot of other folks, even though you're fucking shitheads, you've been earning folks' respect. You've been kicking ass and taking names. Recently, you mentioned Vance Desmond. You mentioned Dustin Alexander. You recently beat the Violent Party. What? Tell me a little bit about that match. Coming soon also to RSW TV.
Which time when we beat them? Because I believe we beat their ass a couple different times. Actually, when was
the
that?
one at the mall.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that. I mean, hey, I got nothing but respect for Vance Desmond. He is a legend, if you will, in the indie wrestling, in the independent wrestling
sure.
around the area. I mean, he can go toe to toe. He's in the best shape of his life, probably. He's in better shape than half the people on, in independent wrestling right now. So no disrespect to Vance Desmond, no disrespect to, Dustin Alexander, but, they got caught running their mouths. They got caught being cocky, and, the tables turned on them, and they got caught pulling something that, we would have maybe done, or people like to say that we would have done. And that's, what happened with that. So karma got him in the ass, I guess.
I guess so. Anything you'd like to add to that, Logan?
Yeah, man. Always because Vance is the man that trained me to wrestle, and I trained with him, by him with Dustin. So I know them two very well, and me and Dustin have a competitive rivalry. We've always wanted to prove to not only ourselves and each other, but to prove to Vance that we're the best trainee and or the best student, and it's been going on forever. Obviously, Dustin's the golden child favorite. That's why he teams with him, and that's okay because me and Trevor beat their ass twice. Basically, what I'm going to say is I'm thankful for everything Vance Desmond has taught me. I'm thankful for all the hours of sparring with Dustin, but I'm better than both of them, and I'm only going to continue getting better. And I have a new family now. It's the Unappreciated. So all that Violence Academy shit I was just saying, we can go ahead and cut that. On to the Unappreciated now.
Let me just take a something out of Lala's playbook too, and respectfully, we beat y'all's asses. So.
Fair enough. And going back to the fan questions, it's crazy about the timing on this one. It probably came in right when we was talking about them. DD Vice has wrote in, so and this isn't live. We are recording, so it's crazy about the timing. But DD Vice says, not so much a question as much as a big fuck you to the uncircumcised. Yeah, I'll give you your chance to respond.
I wouldn't expect nothing less from DD Vice. And as much as he wants to play this game that he hates us, DD, I know, man. I know you want a spot in the Unappreciated, and I'm telling you, this group is never ending. You never know how many of us there actually are. I mean, just look in the past couple months how much we've grown. I mean, who we've added to the group, and it's not going to end there. So, I mean, listen, my DMs are open. Logan's DMs are open. We can go to Applebee's. We can sit down, get a 2 for $25, and we can have a discussion about you joining the Unappreciated, my man.
It's talking his language. What do you have to say to that, Logan?
Yeah, man. I'm sorry that shit went down the way it did, I guess. But like T said, our DMs are wide open, and if he wants to bring some of them Saturday night special rats too, bring on. You Unappreciated some. We're down to party a little.
Dump the Twisty Man. Just leave him at home. Just cut that off completely. I mean, we got an open spot for you, my man. It's been open.
Wow. I did not see this interview go in this direction, but okay, that's why we do these interviews. Okay, let's fantasy book for a second. I think it's highly unlikely, but you guys have the tag titles. You have the world title in the stable right now. The only piece of gold is the internet championship. What are the odds of Remy LeVay joining the Unappreciated?
Well, I think Remy, first of all, he's going to have to wake up and regain consciousness, because I don't think since that day in Monongah he's been, with it after my boy Zeke Mercer knocked him out in the back of the skull. But I think that's completely off limits. I don't think Remy is going to hear anything we have to say, although I'd love to. Remy is a hell of a talent. No disrespect to Remy either. You see, I see all these guys, and I know how talented they are, and I know they can go in that ring. But if you get on our bad side, we're gonna have to mess you up, and we might just take your title in the meantime.
Hey, Logan, do you agree, disagree?
Yeah, man. It's just a fact of could Remy get his head out of his ass, and could Remy truly understand that Zeke is RSW. This is the Zeke Mercer show. This is the Trevor Gage show. This is the Logan Taylor show. This is the Bacon the Snake show. The Unappreciated are running this bitch, and he's had a hell of a run as champion. He's had a lot of memorable moments and a lot of great matches, and he's a hell of a wrestler. But he's not Zeke Mercer, and he's just going to have to realize that.
Fair enough. And you made a good point. That gives me a good question. 2023 obviously belongs to y'all. At the end of the year, we went out. You guys are on top of the mountain. You are on top of RSW. You can go no higher at this point. So what kind of goals, what are we looking at in 2023? What's the goal for 2023?
Personally, for me, it's to just, once again, survive by any means necessary and continue to grind, to make some new towns, to prove some new points, maybe even to add some new members. Because like I said, you don't know how many of us there actually are, and this group is never ending. It's never going to stop, because there are plenty of people that feel the way that we do, and that is unappreciated.
Okay. Logan, what are we doing this year?
Man, I want more finishes this year. I'm just going to go ahead and leave this as a open call out to like the whole RSW locker room or anybody else from the what was the other show called again?
Premiere?
No, the other show that just joined RSW.
Oh, AIWF.
Yeah. So any of those guys that want to try me this year, me and Trevor are looking for some knockouts. We're looking for some TKOs. We're looking for some submissions. We're looking to defend this championship as many times as we can and continue having match of the night, continue having moment of the night, and continue being the most talked about thing in RSW. That's pretty much the game plan.
I do have one more thing I'd like to add to that too. You can call it a call out if you will, but one thing I'd like to see happen in 2023 is something that I don't recall happening before, and it might favor me and Logan. You can say that this might favor us more than it would somebody else, but I'd like to see and participate in a tag team submissions match. I think that'd be different. I've never seen it done before, so anybody that has the balls or the wills to step up for that, by all means, that's on my list for this year.
I like it. You know what? I'll even step it up a little bit. Let's take down the ropes. We'll do the submissions match, but let's take down the ropes. Let's do it the blood sport style.
I'm all for it.
Or submission.
I'm all for it.
A perfect matchup for me and Trevor. I have a match actually. It's on YouTube. You can check this out. It was in Pro Wrestling Inception. It's called the Marksman's Rules match, and it's knockout or submission is the only way you can win. I wrestle or I fight rather Shane Storm in that.
Really?
I think yeah, that's on YouTube. I think me and Trevor could bring a match similar to that to RSW, man, and hell, bring the guys from Pharma back for that.
I don't think they're coming back, especially not for that.
I don't think they're going to come to see us anyway.
I'm definitely going to have to look up that match. Now, when I type it in, am I typing in Logan Taylor LOGAN or am I typing in LXGAN? And why the hell am I typing LXGAN? Explain that to me while we're at it.
It's definitely with the X, and that is the way I should be presented everywhere, because that is the way I identify. It's to show that I'm different than everybody else. I think different than everybody else. Um, I act differently than everybody else. I don't fit in with a lot of people, and it's just to further that.
I like it. Okay, I dig it. Okay. What differentiates Trevor Gage from the rest of the pack then?
You see, I think that's why me and Logan have gotten along so well and why we formed this group, because as Logan said, he likes to be different. He doesn't fit in with the rest. That's been the story of Trevor Gage forever. I'm straight edge. I don't do everything that everybody else does. I stay away from everybody. I mind my own business and I stay to myself and I take care of what needs to be taken care of. And I think that's why me and Logan have meshed so well together, along with Bake and Zeke, because, to where we're all so different, we are all similar in that category of being different from the regular crowd, as you will, or anybody in general. So,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I get it. 2023, are you guys proud of what you've accomplished on the real? On the real, I think you should be. But how you feeling about yourselves?
we talking 2022 or 2023 so far?
Both.
I'm happy with what we've accomplished in 2022 because that was the start of the Unappreciated, to see where we started at in wherever that was, if it was Fairmont, West Virginia, from that first match we had, all over to Monongah, to Fairmont, to Morgantown, to Pennsylvania, to Connecticut, all the matches in between there, to see how far we came, and to end 2022 with the tag team championships. You can't write a better story than that, and you can't end the year better than that. And then to start off the year for the Unappreciated, we got to beat the shit out of a couple goons down in Parma. So, I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, you can't write it better than this. And if somebody wants to get mad about that, there's to it right there.
I know you want to talk some shit, Logan. Have at it.
Yeah, man. It's last year was a hell of a year. We put in a lot of work, and we ended the year showing that the hard work was getting noticed, actually. And what that tells someone with the mindset that I have, or Trevor has, is we need to work harder and even raise this bar fucking higher. And just like he said, man, coming into 2023, we get to showcase our skills, have almost really an exhibition, a match where we're not going to get hurt or anything, just kind of go out there and beat up on these guys and showcase what we've learned, and that's what we did. And we gave those guys a good night. We gave those guys a red panty night. They went home to their wives and said, "Baby, we've made it. We're wrestling the Unappreciated tonight." And their wives were happy. They were crying. They probably had a good night. They probably had a good 24 hours of fame, if you will. But that story for them is over. And in 2023, we're leaving that open to all other tag teams. Come get this red panty night. Come get this big payday. Come fight me and Trevor Gage.
Who can put on the wall next that they got their asses kicked by the Unappreciated is going to be the motto for 2023.
They're pulling bitches with that moniker these days, just because they were in our presence.
It definitely sounds like you guys are confident in your abilities, and as you should be. Again, you guys have proven a point. You continue to prove a point. We're rolling into March Madness. None of us can think of the teams that are in it, but it's a stacked card. I promise you it is.
All you got to know is the Unappreciated. That's what's most important. I mean,
what was your reaction? Because it kind of surprised me. I saw Okada do the G1 as champion, but you guys are the champions. What was your reaction being put into this tournament?
Not surprised one bit. I mean, yeah, there's frustration, there's anger, there's why the hell is this happening? But that's been our entire careers, even before the Unappreciated. We've been put in, situations that weren't fair. They were against us, and I'm not shocked. And quite frankly, nobody can say that they're shocked, because RSW management has done everything to try and end the Unappreciated, to try and separate us. I mean, just look at the match with Saturday Night Special. I mean, we came out on top there. I mean, look at December, whenever I couldn't have my tag team partner there in New Ken, and I'll say it straight up. Me and Zeke got our asses kicked by Billy Knox and the Murder. We held our own, but we got defeated. We did, but that wasn't me and Logan. So for everybody saying that me and Logan have lost, we have not. That was me and Zeke. But even losing that match, me and Zeke still got up and we still collected ourselves together and we moved forward. So I'm not surprised by this tag team tournament at all. I'm not, because like I said, we are always put at a disadvantage and we always have the tables stacked against us, but the same thing is going to happen that has happened all those times before, and we're going to walk out of Monongah on March 4th, it is, with our tag team championships. Simple as that.
Logan, the floor is yours.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that there's no heads up, hey champions, thanks for the product, thanks for being the most entertaining thing on our show every single night. We got this tournament. No, it wasn't anything like that. We learned from a Facebook announcement. 2 days before my birthday too, man. I'm supposed to be in Florida with a bunch of baddies crashing some tall boys or something, but that's fine. I got my working shoes on, and me and Trevor, we're gonna come in, we're gonna show out like we always do. The cards are stacked against us here, but me and Mr. Gage, we don't fold. We absolutely are gonna come in there and look the best we've ever looked. We're gonna get finish after finish after finish, and we're gonna win the whole damn tournament in dominant fashion.
Hell yeah.
I do want to add that also is that is absolute bullshit how we found out about it. We weren't told ahead of time. We should have been told before this was even, brought into play. I'm sitting at home and Logan FaceTimes me from Florida. He's trying to enjoy his birthday, trying to enjoy his vacation with all the baddies and everything, have a cold one. And then I got a call from him telling me about this tag team tournament. And, that's, once again, unfair advantage. So I'd like to point that out as well. Once again.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We're in the last leg of the podcast here. I'll give you each all the time you want to address Tim Cross, to address Sean Pugh, to address the RSW fans. Whatever's on your mind or whatever you need to get off your chest, my platform is your platform. Boys, have at it.
I'll let you go first, Logan. Floor is yours.
So I'll leave a big message for the fans, but I'm going to do that last. First, I want to talk to, I'm not even going to say their names because my stomach's turning right now. Tim Cross, actually, I'll say his name, and the other guy, RSW Matchmakers, RSW Management. So, you blackball me for years. Trevor tears it up, facing not only the best wrestlers in the tri-state area, some of the best wrestlers in the world. I mean, my man Trevor beat Jason Kincaid. You try so hard to keep these tag team titles away from us, but we force you to give us this opportunity. We beat the two best teams in RSW for the belts. There's no, take the night off. There's no, here's a break. There's no appreciation. Is what there is find out you're defending your championship in a tournament against a bunch of other teams. And quite frankly, that's bullshit. But like Trevor said earlier, we're not surprised. We're used to this. But I am going to let RSW promoters and matchmakers know that after we win this tournament, we're going to need a pay raise. We're going to need some more money.
Some time off, too.
We are handing out free paydays for these kids left and right. Anybody you put us against, we give them a red panty night. That's a party in their household. What is it for us? It's just another night. So we're going to need some kind of reward here. Our backs are hurting carrying this company. This tournament's the last straw. I'm going to need, and for the fans of RSW, like I said the first day I was back, This is the Logan Taylor show, and it doesn't stop until I say it stops. This is the Trevor Gates show. This is the Unappreciated show, and we're going to keep taking over. It doesn't matter how bad you hate us. It doesn't matter if you cheer for us. We don't care at all, I promise. I'm going to get paid the same amount of money at the end of the night. All we need you fans to do is bring your hot moms to watch us kick some ass and just shut the hell up and just watch and enjoy the show.
I dig it. Okay, fair enough. Trevor, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, what more can I say other than what my brother just said right there? I mean, Tim Cross, RSW management, whatever, whoever is behind these games and these whatever you want to call it. I mean, y'all don't have the nerve to come up to us in person at any of these shows and say, hey guys, I got an idea. Let me run this by you. Or, hey, I was thinking about making this tag team tournament. I was thinking about doing this or doing that. No, you see, you couldn't come up to us in person because you know what would have happened, and you don't have the balls to come to our faces and say anything about it or mention it to us. So what do? You just go on Facebook, and we don't really know who's posting it. So we hide behind Facebook, just like so many people in RSW and in this world do. They hide behind a screen and they go on the internet and they post things. So somebody went and hid behind the RSW page and they posted this tournament, and we don't know who made the tournament. So that's really all I got to say about this whole scheme right here is that, if you're going to do something like this, at least have the balls to come to me or Logan or Zeke or Bake or somebody and mention this to us. Because for everybody that's saying, the Unappreciated is a bunch of pussies, the Unappreciated is a bunch of cheaters, this, that, and the third, if I feel a certain kind of way, I'm going to say it to your face. Fans have seen that in RSW, that when I got something to say, I say it. I loudly voice my opinions. And anything that I got to say, I don't have a problem saying it. So, RSW management, for all I'm concerned, y'all can go F off. We're going to keep proving y'all wrong, and we're going to hold these championships as long as we possibly want to. And like I said, one of us might come for that internet championship. There might be somebody else that we have in our pockets that we're going to pull out, and they might go win it. But like I said, the Unappreciated, if y'all think this is almost over, we're just getting started.
No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. March 4th, Monongah, West Virginia. March Madness. Come out, boo these men, let them know what you think. Cheer them. If they've won your respect, then cheer them. I can't blame you there. That's why I wanted these dudes on the show. Living examples of what I say. Don't take no shit. Live your dreams. This is that personified. With that, I'll let my listeners go back to a happier life. Also, check out the Logan Taylor Show on Spotify, YouTube, Anchor, Google Podcasts, and all that good stuff. I thank you both. I appreciate the interview. It's not every day you get to chat it up with the tag team champions, so that is appreciated.
Panty night tonight, baby.
Hell yeah. Hell, I'm excited. I love y'all. It's been WrestleRoni. I'm Spooky Lou. Again, don't take no shit. Live your dreams. You can be kind to each other in the process, though. But that's a story for another day. Come on out and see us in Monongah. I've been Spooky Lou. WrestleRoni. Tune in next time.